Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm still playing 1849. We are now in phase 12, that means we are in a brown phase, and still only 5 of the 6 available companies operating. I also highly doubt that we're going to see the AFG get started, simply because you're going to need about $1,100 now to get this done. Remember, we have only a incremental capitalization here, so basically you need the full amount of money to buy a train to start a company here. Except you want to kind of shuffle trains or so. That's of course an option, but as I said, I don't think that's going to happen here. So we come into a stock round, our first stock round, and this guy here has the priority. So the idea is that we want to buy a new train. There's $1,000 in here, and it would be perfect to buy the 16 train, and in addition to that, one of these R6H trains. So basically we need about 1450. It's possible that we got to sell shares. On the other hand, if I pay out with the 8 train, I'm going to get some money into the company, so maybe one share is going to be good enough. We're going to calculate that, but I'm definitely going to buy one share. For 208. Goes in the company, of course. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got to buy another share somehow, or maybe someone else does. Otherwise, I'm not going to have the money to buy both trains. So he also needs money. In the RCS, he sits here on $600, 650. So he's gonna have a problem because that train will not run. Maybe he should have swallowed, but okay. 129. There we go. But he definitely has not enough money to get the $1,100 in there, which kind of sucks. This guy, he only has about $100 here. So what is he gonna do? He might really consider selling the SFA down. They make not a lot of money. On the other hand, now there is this, it's not there yet. He needs a connection here, and then it might make some solid amount. Okay, so here's the thing. This guy has taken a bond. If he wants to pay back that bond, I don't know, man. He's got to swallow a lot. Because nobody's going to buy these 4 shares. That's pretty much for sure. Simply because it doesn't make a lot of money. So therefore he won't get rid of these 4 shares, which means he's got to swallow a ton of times. So he might as well simply sell down to 20% and invest in something that makes sense, that is more valuable, and basically accept that this share is simply worth absolutely nothing. Because it will be, at the end of the game, it will be $100 less worth. So you can simply take the revenue for the 20% and yeah, and that's pretty much it then. So I'm going to do that. Sell the 4 shares here, 86, 240, 260, 264, I guess. And then I can invest in something which makes a little more money. For example, these guys here, they're not terribly expensive. So I can buy 2 shares, 129, maybe even 3, but probably only 2, but still. So we're at the end of the stock round. This guy invested massively in this company here, but now I'm actually, you know what, I'm actually thinking, instead of buying this share here for yeah, I'm considering buying this share. I think that's actually better. So let me just calculate that. Yeah, I don't want the share value to drop, so therefore I purchased the share out of the bank pool. There's enough money in here to buy a 16 train and the R6H. So yeah, that's all we need. There's still 3 shares in there, so we might be able to pay back the bond, maybe even without swallowing, because the value is in here. It's just, question is, will someone else buy the shares? But this company is going to make a ton of money, so I think the odds are that someone will buy these 3 shares here. Although the price is obviously massive now. It's more than 200 per share. Well, this guy basically bought back a few shares here from the CTL, purchased 1 share of the RCS, but now he realizes, hey, no matter what I do, I'm gonna have to sell shares in the next operating round anyway, and these companies will not run. So if he buys now shares, he simply has to sell them back, and it doesn't do him any good for the moment. So he can as well keep the money. He's got to spend about, I don't know, something like $300 or so. So he definitely has to sell probably 2 shares. That's not good, especially because they already issued their bond. So yeah, it kind of sucks. But there's still a lot of shares in there, so once they have a good train, maybe people will invest in the RCS. This guy, yeah, he sold all his shares down of the SFA, which is the bad company here, and then simply started to buy shares of the Archimede, which is at the moment the cheapest company in relationship to the money they make. It's even cheaper than the CTL, if you think about that. Is it? No, it's actually $2 higher, but still it's a good amount of money. It's a good amount of money he will gain, because they're gonna buy also a small train, the R6H, and then they have 2 permanent trains that will make them a lot of money. Okay, cool. So let's start the operating round. We have now 3 operating rounds. IFT starts, and nothing is sold out, and also nothing drops because they are already here at the bottom. So the IFT has an 8 train. They're gonna upgrade Messina to this here for 50. And then they're gonna place a token there. They still have 2 tokens, which is pretty awesome. And now they can run that train from Calabria, which is now worth 90. I think we are in this high value phase. Yes, we are. No? Oh yeah, we are here. We are now in the high value phase. The 12th train is out. So that means that we can start here, and this counts, at least I assume it counts as 2 hexes because of this thing here. So I guess this counts like 2 hexes. So we got 90, basically we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which brings us exactly to Katana. So we can go for 90, 140, 150, and so we are at 240. And we're gonna pay out. So they're 30% in the company. That gives them 72. This guy he's sitting on 60%, so 144. Let's make that 150. Shit. So the share value rises. And now we're going to buy trains. So first I'm going to buy the 16 for 1100, and that rusts the 8 trains. So that means that this one goes away too. That one goes away down here, and that's it. So gotta pay 1100. And then these 2 R6H trains become available, and I'm also going to buy one of them. Now remember, the way they work is they work basically like the standard trains, with the exception that they can run on narrow gauge just for one movement point, but they have to spend 2 movement points on a standard gauge. So usually if you're here, the route you want to go from Katana here through the mountains on narrow gauge to Messina. That would give them a lot of money. But because this is upgraded here, they might as well simply run on a yeah, they could run like this if we upgrade this piece of track here. 1, 2, 3, that would be also fine, and they would gain also tons of money out of this. I mean, we can make a run, then we can hit Katana twice, which is great, and this thing only costs us 350 bucks. So overall, we got to spend now 1450. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh gosh, don't tell me I fucked this up. Shit, I did. Actually miscalculated. We have here 500, 500, 400, and 50. So we're good. I mean, I calculated that before. It would have been quite a shock now. That would not have been enough. Okay, cool. So we got these 2 trains. This is totally awesome. And yeah, from now on, we're gonna make good money with this company. And maybe we don't even have to swallow to pay back the loan, because there's still 3 shares in here, and if someone buys them, we're good. So then it's the ATA. They already own a permanent train. Of course they want also this second train here for 350. That would be great. They have the money to do it. So and they also have now the option to lay track here, which then gives them the connection to Palermo, which is obviously totally awesome. So that track costs 80 bucks. And well, it's not gonna be so easy actually, because I see. Yeah, that's not so easy. We're gonna need to upgrade this thing. So, yeah, because they don't change gauge in towns. Therefore, we gotta start, for example, like this. And then in a later turn, we got to spend another 80 bucks. No, maybe not actually. We can actually spend in a later turn only 20 bucks, because then we can add basically this. Yeah, exactly. We want to add then this. And because this only adds narrow gauge, so it only costs a quarter, and that's cool. So overall, yeah, we're gonna mark this as medium terrain basically, and yeah, sadly not the big run yet, but still a good one. So you know what, I'm thinking about placing a token here too, and we can run for, we might even make it here into the port. Let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Great. So that means it's even 80 bucks more. So we're gonna get 320. And of course we're going to pay that out, and then we're going to buy, after that we're going to buy this R6H train. And now these are clearly the best companies out there, no doubt, and yeah, I'm going to pay out. Okay, now it's the RCS, and yeah, and they're in trouble now because yeah, because they don't have a train. It's as simple as that. Maybe I should have sold a share. I wonder, nah, no, it wouldn't have made a difference. I mean, if I buy a train from these guys, for everything I have, maybe I can avoid paying 300 bucks then. That could be an interesting idea. The question is it worth it? Because basically I'm going to lose I'm going to lose the run then with these guys too. right? So I hold 60%, so if I'm gonna lose that run, it's a 10 run, would be 1, 2, 3, 4. I could upgrade this maybe, 5, 6, 7. I think I can make it here to Catania, but this is just a... Might be even better, because I will get actually 80 bucks out of this. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This gives me 90 and another 20. So it's basically the same, but I don't have to upgrade this thing. I can work in upgrading these a little bit, maybe, but it doesn't really do me any good either. It doesn't make a difference, I guess. But okay, anyway, if I go this way, I'm going to make 100, 120, 250. So that means I will lose 150 bucks. Okay. Well, in addition, I will lose share value. Hard to tell, but I'm gonna have to sell shares. Oh man, let me calculate that. So here's the thing. If I got here. Yeah, okay. If I run with these guys, I'm gonna make 150 bucks. But then I gotta pay here about 300 bucks for the train. And because this company runs first, I'm gonna have to sell shares. And that means again that I'm gonna have to sell shares of this company, because this will then be the better company here, because they're gonna sitting on on the 16 train then. And then I'm gonna make again less revenue, right? So that's the problem. If I sell the shares now, I'm gonna make less revenue in the upcoming 2 operating rounds. So I think overall I'm better off now running not for 1 turn with these guys and spending an additional 100 bucks out of pocket, but then I don't have to sell shares, and I'm gonna make a good amount of revenue with them, because then these are the ones that sit on the 16 train. I hold 60% of that company, and they're then in a fine shape. They haven't even issued their bond, so they're gonna be good then. And I think that makes more sense. So basically that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna yeah. The only thing that I'm not sure of is I could issue a share, and that would then allow me in the next turn to upgrade this. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So here's the thing. I'm not gonna run, obviously. The share value drops, which sucks. Still. Do I really want to do that? Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna buy for all the money but $1. I'm gonna buy the train here. Okay, and in addition to that, I want to issue a share because I want to be able to upgrade this thing if nobody else does it. Although, I mean, I might be pretty sure that someone of the other guys will do it because they will also profit from that. So you know what, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to issue the share. I'm pretty sure that either the IFT or the ATA will upgrade this thing. I mean, they would be stupid not to do it. Okay, cool. So, that's it. I'm done with these guys. And then it is the CTL, and they can also not run now. So that means the share value drops. And now we got to buy a train, $1,100. Okay, that's 800. $900. $925. $950. Okay, that's $975. That's another 20. Oops. Okay, that's exactly 1,000. And then I'm simply going to spend these 100 here. And we got a train. No bond issued, but a train. That's pretty awesome. One thing I forgot though. I got to pay interest for the bond. That's bad, because I don't have that money here. $50. I paid interest, by the way, for the other bonds too. This guy, yeah, he's a little bit in trouble here. I don't want to sell a share. Well, if I issue a share, I'm wondering, does that happen before? Yes, okay, I can actually issue a share and then I have to pay the interest. Cool. So yeah, I'm afraid I have to do it. I don't think that's great, but I really don't want to sell shares. So that means share goes in the bank pool, 117, so minus $50, so it's 67. That means that sadly the share value drops. That's not great, but okay. So, and then it's the SFA with their 10 train. They don't have the, well, no. No, they don't have the money for an upgrade here. They can also not lay track here. So yeah, they are in a pretty bad shape here. Strange situation, you know, they are kind of isolated there in their little area where they're operating. Usually there is some way a connection to Palermo and to this line here. But yeah, that's kind of weird. So let's see. I mean, if I go, I might lay a tile like this, maybe. Yeah, why not? Oh no, it's just a standard. At least it's free. So Ah, no, it's the... Damn. There we go, the narrow gauge. Okay, and then that's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Great. 30, 70, 80, 110, 120. Yeah, it's 130. That just sucks. And they got to pay a 50 buck interest, so that means they're only gonna earn $2 again. So that will take a time until they have the money to upgrade this or to lay track here. This is really crap. Okay, you know what? I think I'm actually gonna swallow. That gives me 78 more. And that will allow me to lay a tile here, cross the mountains. Then I can upgrade this for free, yeah, into a dual gauge. And then I'm gonna have a run at least to Palermo, which gives me a little more, right? I mean, this is just ridiculous what I'm doing here. Otherwise, swallowing doesn't hurt me too much because I only own 20%. So I think that makes sense. And well, share value drops, but yeah, this company is pretty much lost anyway. So yeah, that's shit. That's $10. So we're gonna go into the next operating round. Sadly, I don't have the money, which sucks. I don't have the money to upgrade this thing. I don't have the $40. No, the $80. That's really a shame, because that means I cannot run that 16 train in a reasonable way. That's really crap. I mean, what I... Okay, at least I can do this. Can I? Yeah, okay, you know what I'm gonna... Nah, I don't have the money for this either. Okay, at least I can run my 3 train here to that port. That's not great, but it's something. So I can count this twice. So I'm gonna upgrade this here to $80, which is good. And I'm gonna run my R6H train from here to here. That's not too awesome, but it's something. That gives me then 110. Okay, let's mark this. And now my 16 train, it's probably gonna go from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's pretty much a waste, but it's probably the best I have. This gives me 90. I mean, I could go maybe down here, but I won't get my 90 here that easily. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's not even a connection here. No, okay. So yeah. Well, the next one is going to be better. But I simply don't have the money to upgrade this right now. But I will in the next turn because I got these shares here. So this gives me 170, 180, 190, 280, 290, and 370. plus 11,480. I mean, that is a good run. But it will get better. So that's 288 for the owner. And $44 for the company, which is, no, that $144. And that is clearly enough now to upgrade this thing. But I'm pretty sure that, by the way, this guy will do it. And yeah, we have him here. He gets also 48. And the share value rises. We're now here in phase 16, so that means we can enter the blue zone. And if the share value goes to 377 here, the game ends immediately. So there's a good chance we will actually see that, which makes these shares even more valuable, because that means basically that the company has one additional operating round compared to all the others. Also, I have to pay my $50 interest, which is kind of painful, but yeah, I'm still making basically $100 each run. The ATA, yeah, and they have now the money to upgrade this track here. Cost them $80. And yep, there we go. And no, actually it doesn't cost them. Ah, shit. It's only $20. But okay, it's now too late. Maybe there was enough money in here actually, but I don't think even that was in there. So it's only $20 because this is only narrow gauge. I forgot about that completely. Okay. And yeah, that means now we have that huge route from Palermo to Catania. We have a 12 train. So, and an R6. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Shit. We cannot quite make it to Messina. That is really a shame. Yeah, that really sucks. I'm not even sure if it's then the best idea, to be honest, to yeah, that's really fucked up, man. I mean, seriously. I mean, I can run the 3 train here because this is dual gauge. So I can actually run, that's interesting. If I make a connection here, I'd be probably able to go to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's a very good run, but I'm not there yet. And then I can run the 3 train or the R6 train somehow like this or something, which still gives me a good amount of money. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, I can only make it to here, right? So it's basically 130, 140, 150, 240, 250, 260. And that is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's fine. That's another 180. So 360, 440. A very good run, no doubt. So that's 176 for the owner of the company. For the company itself, it's 132. That's all very nice. So the CTL, they're a little unhappy here because they don't have the money to, well, no, they don't have the route to really fully use their 16 train. They can basically go from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, and then you start like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and they cannot even get here, which really sucks. So basically, I think my long-term goal is I gotta somehow try to upgrade this into dual gauge, and so that I can get maybe these 2 here. But another problem is I don't have any money in here and no shares, so basically I don't have any income. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna upgrade this one. I hope I can. I'm not even sure if I can, but I think so. Because of this water here, so it might be a problem. Okay, so actually I can use this tile here, like this, and then in the next turn we can upgrade this to a dual gauge, and that also gives me then, well, can I? I think so. I think I can. Is that what I need then? No. Shit. Oh, come on. Ah, fuck. Maybe that one. I'm pretty sure there should be something in there that fits. Yeah, I can use that. That would fit, and that gives me also 20 bucks then. So I make a little more money then. Okay. So I'm making now 90, 100, 110, 240, 250, 260. Well, I mean, honestly, for a 16 train, that is not too great. Now the RCS can upgrade this tile here for 40 bucks. For example, into this, I guess. Yeah. Exactly. And then again, in the next turn, I can do another upgrade, and then I have these 2 dual gauges, and then I can reach probably these 2 cities here, which would be helpful. I only got a 10 train here. So, I think the best, yeah, I think it's still the same run as it was before. So, 200. So now we have finally the money for the SFA to make that connection. It's not, well, you'll see in a minute here. Yeah, it's not going to be possible to go to Palermo right now because there is still a different gauge, and you can only change gauge on in stations. But we can upgrade this in the next operating round to a dual gauge, and then we finally have our connection to Palermo, which will increase our income quite a bit. We might even consider upgrading this here too, and then maybe make a run from Catania to Palermo. That would be pretty awesome. But there's not going to be that much time left. Problem is here, obviously, I don't know, man. If we buy it, we still have to issue our bond somehow, but okay, we'll find out about that later. So we're going to pay out. We're still making only 13 per share. Share value rises. So it's 26 for this guy over here. And after paying the interest, the company again makes their $2 income. Great. Okay, now we come to the last operating round of this cycle. And the IFT Okay, let's see what you can do here. So I guess what I'm going to do is, wait a minute, it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Wow. I can make that run from Calabria to Palermo. That is obviously totally insane. Possibly the best run out there, and then I can run my 3 train here. Of course, it would be great if I somehow would manage to make a connection here to Catania so that I can hit the 3 train. I can hit Catania again. Or is it Catania or Catania? Catania. Yeah, so you know, I'm gonna try to get there. It will cost me, but it's only narrow gauge. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna lay for $40. I mean, maybe these guys here will help me. It's also in their interest to get this 6 train running. No, wait a minute, I'm gonna get back $60. So to get that 6 train running in the best possible way, and that is clearly this run here from Catania to Messina. Okay, so we're gonna lay a narrow gauge track. Right here. And then yeah, I think I'm gonna make that huge run here. 130, 40, 50, 240, 250, 260, 340, 430. That's what we make only with the first train. And then the other train is going to go for 110. So that's going to be 540. Wow, that's really impressive in this game. Actually, the owner of the ATA is not that interested in building that route here, because he doesn't have that massive route going from Calabria to Palermo. So he can basically only go from Palermo down here into that port if he upgrades this one here, which he's going to do now. So I guess we're going to need this tile. Yep, there we go. Now he can just make it to this port. And then he can hit Calabria with the R6H train, like this. And that is actually the best money he can make. It would be different if he could hit Calabria with his big train, because then he can use the small train for something else. But in this way, it doesn't make a difference if he comes from Calabria to here or from Catania, except for these $10 here. But it helps the other guy significantly. So he's not too interested in doing that. He just says, okay, I'm going to go here to that harbor or to that port. Sadly, I don't get the $80, only 60, but it's still pretty good. So we're going to go 130, 140, 50, 240, 310 with the first one, and then we're going to make 400, 480, 490. No, wait a minute. Yeah, I think it's 490. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 490 then overall. And that is still a very good run. It's interesting to see that this guy, who was at the beginning of the game so clearly in the lead, that he's actually in a pretty bad position right now. He even has to compete with this guy, because he's holding 30% of the ATA, which gives him a good income. He's sitting here on $400. He only has $300. He's got more shares, okay, but the revenue of these shares isn't that great. But I think he's probably still doing fine. I mean, he's still doing better than this guy over there. But I think he might not be able to come in even second, because this guy here, the owner of the ATA, is really doing well. And they don't have to swallow to pay back their bond. There's still 3 shares in there, and their revenue generates enough money so that they can pay back the bond in the next operating round without swallowing, which is impressive. But this company won't be able to do so. There's not that much money in there, just a few bucks. And I'm pretty sure if they could sell their shares, they might be fine. But that's probably not going to happen, because they just have the 10 train. They don't generate that much revenue. So I think in the end what's going to happen, this guy probably also has to sell down to his directorship to avoid losing tons of money when the game ends. Because swallowing, I don't know, 4 times or so is even worse. There is no doubt about that. So now the CTL runs again with their 16 train. And yeah, we're continuing our project here to somehow upgrade into dual gauge. So there we go. So that should be now 10 additional bucks, but it's still not enough to actually go there, right? Because I still have the gauge here. So with a 16 train, it's gonna be, I might even consider going to that harbor, but maybe that's better. No, I cannot go through here. Ah, fuck. Yeah, I cannot go through there, so it doesn't help me. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I cannot get there. I need to upgrade this, and then I can make it definitely here. Maybe actually to both cities. I'm not totally sure about that. Finally, we see now the upgrade here into the dual gauge. Upgrading to dual gauge always costs full price, so no terrain, no reduced terrain cost or something. But anyway, it's important that we do that because now we have a better connection into these western parts. This we cannot upgrade to dual gauge. It's never possible. So we're gonna lose something here, but okay. So we got our 10 train. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think still the best I have is from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's 150, 60, 70, 260. I mean, it's clearly an improvement. So finally, after a long time, the SFA can now make the connection here. If the tile is still available, oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, there it is. No, oh, come, oh, yeah, there we go. There is the tile. So they can lay double gauge here. And now they finally have their connection to Palermo. That makes them clearly more profitable. They have a 10 train. So if they start here, well, they cannot go through Palermo. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's not that great, but hey, it's something. 130, 50, 170, 210, 220. I mean, from 13 to 22, that is definitely a good jump. And now they have a little bit more income. Instead of 56, they're now at 88, but sadly they also have to pay. So they're gonna get 18 bucks. No, that's not true. They're gonna get 38 into the company for their shares after paying the interest. And yeah, I mean, it's 22 for the director. Okay, well, share value rises. We're at the end of that operating round. I'm going to load this up now, and I guess we're going to see one more cycle of operating rounds. Not even a full cycle, I guess, because these guys, when they do their third operating round, the thing ends, so all the other companies will only have 2 more operating rounds. And if these shares will get sold, that's the thing. I mean, maybe people are not willing to sell these shares, and then he's going to have to swallow to pay back the bond, right? But I mean, that is actually possible, you know. But on the other hand, these shares are making a ton of money, and you know, if you're not fighting anymore for the victory, but to come in second or so, it's clearly a fantastic investment. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, hope to see you on the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye.